going on, guys? We're heading out on our next adventure. While we're on the way there, we figured we share with you what we've learned on what not to do. So on our first trip out with the camper, it was about 30 miles from our house. We just went someplace very close for a trial run. I went out that Friday to get everything set up. And then when my wife got off, she was going to meet me out there. First thing that we messed up on was when I was putting the water or hooking the water up for the first time. I hooked the water up, turned the faucet on, went inside, started flushing all the antifreeze out, and I was looking, I was like, crap, there's no pressure on this, and so I walked back outside. I look where my hot water heater is, and water's just coming out of the water heater. I had forgotten to put the plug back in the hot water heater from where they had winterized it. So turned the water off, put the plug back in, what I thought was correct, turned the water back on, and went back inside, started filling up. Everything filled up like it's supposed to be. Then I went back outside and noticed the plug was leaking. With me being my first time doing that, I wasn't sure how far to get the plug in. So I proceeded in turning the water back off again, and I didn't realize that there was a pressure relief valve that you're supposed to pop when you are wanting to empty your hot water tank. So I just proceeded to undo the plug, and the second it came off, it hit, water came gushing out. We were parked on like a dirt pad. Dirt went everywhere, all over the camper. So one thing you always got to make sure you're doing is make sure your plug is in your hot water heater when you're setting up camp. If not, it can end badly.
Also, make sure you have spare keys when you go, because I actually locked myself out of the camper.
And I was 30 minutes away at work that morning, so luckily, being a manager, I was able to leave, let her back in, but what'd you have to do until I got there?
Sit there and wait.
And luckily, it wasn't a cold morning, so her and the dog sat outside and waited on me to get there. So,
and make sure you take your cell phone.
Yeah, she didn't have a cell phone either, so she had to go knock on a neighbor's camper to ask if she could borrow a cell phone at 7 o'clock in the morning. So make sure you always have a spare key somewhere handy. If you go outside to walk the dog, make sure the door is fully unlocked. Make sure that little latch is turned correctly. Next thing we learned is when you're setting up your septic hose, always, when you're putting your fittings on, always twist at the couplings. Don't ever twist the hose. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way. Instead of twisting at the coupling, I twisted the hose and I split the hose. So we had to spend some time trying to stretch a hose back over the end fitting. That wasn't fun. So instead of taking 15-20 minutes to set up the camper, it took probably about an hour and a half, and it was dark. And instead of sitting back, enjoying company and enjoying the fire, we were out there trying to stretch a hose around a fitting. And one of the last major mishaps we've had on our trip to Tanny Hill was when we got there, of course, our camper was winterized. And I forgot I had all the sinks on the open position. And normally it's not a problem if you have the sink cover off, if you have the shower curtain closed. But unfortunately, I had the sink cover on, the shower curtain was open. So I'm outside, I'm hooking the water up. My wife's over at my parents' camper. And I turn the water on. I walk inside. There is water everywhere. Water's pouring out of the kitchen sink, on top of the cutting board coming down the floor. the showers just spraying on the floor, and if it was just water, it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it was, the first bit of it was all the antifreeze coming out of the system, so that was not fun at all. So we got a dog, so we had to use all our towels that we had in the camper to wipe everything up, get everything cleaned up. Then we had to go to the laundromat, spend time at the laundromat getting clean towels. So word to the wise, anytime you are hooking your water up, before you turn that water on, make sure you go inside. Make sure all of your faucets are in the closed position, because the last thing you want to be doing is cleaning up a mess of water that's all over the place. So fortunately, those are the only mishaps that we've had so far. It's very simple, and it's just something you learn as you go, and it's something that we're not going to make those mistakes again. Because when I was hooking the camper up today, the first thing I did, and I'm not even at a campground, was make sure all those faucets were closed. And I also bought a different kind of plug to go on my hot water heater that I don't have to completely take out when we winterize the camper, so that is very handy. So if you make mistakes when you're camping for the first time, don't fret. Just learn from it and keep on going, and don't repeat it. If you do, just keep on going. So learn from our mistakes. We're heading to Panama City this weekend, so stay tuned for the video on that to come. We're heading to meet my parents at a campground in Troy, Alabama, so we're looking forward to that. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody that's watching our videos. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.